Eat my soup, my porridge. And the little other girl said, "There's someone saying they eat my porridge, and it was just right, and they ate it all up." She said, "Let's get one thing straight. I'm telling you for the last time, I got up this morning at 5 o'clock. I went out and fed the cats. I went out and got the morning paper and brought it in. And I sat down to have a cup of coffee. I haven't made the porridge yet."
Tell me another one, Gilbert. Tell me another story.
Be times that CBS 21.
I don't know.
It's going to be too much for her.
Tell me another story, Gilbert.
Experience. Once you take the compulsions away,
What's up?
be pretty extreme.
What's up, Gilbert? What's up, Gilbert?
I get all these things in the mail. I get all these things in the mail for sending money for Social Security. And I checked this the last week, and the other day I got one of these calls for the thing, and I sent it in, and the very next morning there's a thing in the mail for another one. I'm crossing the mail. I don't know what the Social Security is going to do with Obama in there. Probably nothing.
I thought he was your best friend.
Yes.
I thought Obama, you and Obama were best friends.
Oh yes, I like the older people. I have a black friend who's 96 in Boston. He's a dear friend.
He's older than you.
Yes, he's older than I. Not many people are. Bless his heart. He's going to. I called him just a day or two ago and it said, "Please leave a message." He was not taking messages, and I wondered if he's, gone to the hospital. Just a while back, his wife died. Now it's time for him to go.
Did he die?
Yeah, I don't know, but he didn't answer his phone. I called again the next day and said, "Please leave a message for Oscar Green."
Sure, Cully.
Okay, so I don't know. He has a son up in, who's a dentist up in New Hampshire. Maybe he drove up to see him. One of these days, we'll open to get out of bed.
What is that, the physical
Everything and find out we're dead. He died tonight.
This told me that the exposure was more.
But I've got it all worked out when I die. I have at least 100 people I have to notify about it.
How can you do that if you're already dead?
Well, I make out my letter. I wrote the letter before I died. Sealed it all, put a stamp on it. A whole pile, like a big rubber band around it. Says a note on it. Says the girls, when I have the decency to die, you chose these in the post office. And in the letter it says that how much I'm not supposed to be with them all these years. But I said that I died. Well, you'll know when you get this letter I died within the last week. So that's not it. Well, somebody said notify them. So if you're waiting for your daughters to call 100 people they don't even know and say, "You know Dad?" And then to Ray, "Yeah, he died last week." And I said, "Oh, he did. What was the matter?" I said, "Well, it's just old age, I guess. He died." So now I just got typed in a nice letter talking about all you want to say about it and say that when you get this, you'll know that I have deceased in the last 2 days, a week.
How will you know before you die, though? How would you know?
It won't matter. They don't have to know when I died. When they get a letter and I said, "Oh, you're right." He said, "Hello," and said, "How much fun it was being with you," or from when we used to do this or that or the other, some activity. But anyway, I said, "No, short note to let you know that I finally had the decency to die." And so when you get this letter, you'll know it from the date it was sent. Stamped, you'll know within the last week. Because it's all done. I only have to put the post office. They don't have to do anything with it. What they do have to do is, oh yeah, there you go. What they do have to do is the ones I sent to the paper office and here, certain places. Three papers is all I'm going to do. And then they have to open the envelope and seal the envelope. Put in the date. He died so-and-so date. That's it. Okay. Sealed up. And the stamp's on already. It's in mail.
You don't fear death?
Oh no, I welcome it. Oh, it's so nice. I just tell you, I've had too many after-death experiences. It's just delightful. I can't wait. One of some of my friends said, it's just unbelievable. The joy, the beautiful music and all here. And it said, whatever you do, Ray, don't miss it. Whatever you do, don't miss it. And I think, I just can't hardly wait. So my dear friends, talk to them. And I just don't have any trouble believing that. Like that old boy said, heaven is for real. Yeah, heaven is for real. I ain't got to stop and see those people in Nebraska. This let me be marched. I've communicated with them. Of course, I mean they're living people. That little boy he declared dead in the hospital. But
the one they did the movie about, right?
Yeah.
Now he's a grown-up boy. He's pretty he's like 14, 15.
16, 18 years old.
I don't know, but I'm not sure how old, but he's getting up there.
About 16 or 18. Now, I saw his pictures the other day on TV. It's a teenager.
But he came back.
Yeah. But, no, I don't, sure death. I was talking to a college professor in Indianapolis here a couple of years ago, I guess. And he said, why is it that people, they're wonderful Christian people, but sometimes they get to the very end, they tell you by name, Dwayne, I have to confess to you, I'm scared to die. I'm scared, I don't know what lies out ahead. I said, that's so foreign to me. I've had too many experiences. People came back and told me it was like a dear brother come back, tell you everything that you wanted to know. He said, I think I know almost everything now. And he said, this is the body. I said, but you died. No, I didn't die. I never died. Oh, the body died. The soul never dies. He said, if Jesus said, today you'll be with me in paradise, he didn't mean that body. He meant the person, the real you.
Yeah, the soul.
So I just don't have any troubles at all. I know that when we die, immediately you go to be with the Lord if you're ready. And so I told Dwayne that, and he said, well, I don't think I'm going to be afraid to die. He's just a kid. I think he's 88 now. But he said, when I go, I don't think I'll be afraid of it at all. But he said, but you told me some experience. You told me helps me out so much to feel more. I look forward to it. Well, I think I'm going to get through this stuff out. I set a check the other day for this one, and I asked him to join.
I want you to sign off. Just say your name and a little bit about you real quick, and then I'm gonna stop the video if you don't mind. Starting now.
Oh, well, as I say, no, but really, I don't know why a person fears death, because it's very clear that we die, we come to a cessation of life. But what are we talking dying? My dear friend, he's been a minister for many years now, and outstanding. All the young people love him, even when he was 30 years old, and he got to be 60-some years old. And all the young people, he plays baseball with all the kids and does handsprings and all that. It's just unbelievable. I said to Dale, he came to see me one time, walked right through the door. And I'm not too shocked because I've had this experience before. But I just thought, how in the world can he do that? But, he says, I said, well, Dale, I know what you died. You died on Labor Day in 1978. I know that. He said, no, I never died. I said, I know. My brother tells me all the time that he never died. Well, anyway, you quit living here. And he said, yes, that's right. I quit living here. And I moved up there. And he said, but I'm not dead. This body you see is a brand new body. You can call it my resurrection body. He said, I don't have any limitations with this body. You have limitations. We hurt, we can't do this, we can't jump, we can't. He said, this new body is altogether different. And he said, I said, would you come back and live down here with us if you could again? He said, never in this world. Oh no, the glory of that place with Jesus. And the music, the singing, it's just out of this world. It's indescribable. And he said, no, I would never do that again. But he said, Ray, I want to see you there. Don't you ever let anything come up between you and the Lord that'll cost you this home in heaven. I said, I don't intend to. It's just so great. Anyway, life has got a whole different prospect for me. So I don't have any trouble. And I don't know why people fear it at the end. It's because they don't know what it's like. And many people, if you tell them something like this, they poo-poo it, you know, and you don't come back from the dead. Oh, well, yeah, some people have. It's in the Bible. You know, cases what they did. Moses did after 1,500 years dead. He came back, talked to Jesus, and they knew him. Everybody knew him. How do you know him? My brother says, Ernie, how can you tell me the name of some man that some friend of mine is trying to get in touch with, and you don't know his name, how to reach him? He said, well, his name is so-and-so. How can you know? You never met him. He said, I told you, I think I know almost everything now. This is all different, and you'll understand someday. Oh, I don't know. I can understand it today by faith now, because this happened so many times, but I haven't been there yet, but I haven't died yet, but I'm on my way. Yes.
Throw it. Let's see if you make it. Throw it. Ah! High five! High five! High five! You did it.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
My boy. All right. Anything else you want to say? Any last words before
I think of anything.
All right. Just say one little poem, and we'll wrap it up.
Here's one that
Something that will really touch the heart of somebody.
oh, President Reagan. He said one time that there was an old lady, and she said, her husband said, "No, what's the matter?" And I said, I'm so sleepy, but I hurt so bad, I'm just gone for something. I know what it is. It's ice cream. I want a dish of ice cream. And he said, we don't have any, do we? He said, no, we don't have any in the house at all. He said, listen, sweetheart, I'll jump in the pickup truck and I'll drive to town. Short distance, I'll get the ice cream for you and bring it back. She said, remember, you're getting old and you forget. If you get it, I want vanilla, and I want whipped cream on top of it, and I want a cherry on top of that. Can you remember that? Oh, yeah. I said, well, you better write it down. He said, I won't need to write it down. I remember exactly what you said. He said, well, I sure hope so. That's what I want so bad. So he goes to town. He's gone for a little while. He comes back, and he comes in, puts in a sack in her lap. She's laying in bed, laying that against the wall. He said, there it is. I brought it for you. She looked inside, takes it out, said, a ham sandwich. You didn't forget. I'm so glad. I was afraid you were going to forget. You're getting so forgetful. And then she said, oh my gracious, I can't believe you got ham sandwich and you forgot. I told you to get a little extra mustard for it, and you didn't do that. She said, you should have write it down. We're getting old. We don't remember like when we did when we were young. Now that's what Reagan tells about.
But I thought you were going to say a poem. Can you say a poem before I turn off the camera?
I guess I know some poems, but not my own. I never quote my own. I've got many thousands of them, but I don't read them. I never read them or quote it myself. And there's someone else's poems sometimes, but I don't know. And I often quote poems, but I just don't think of anything right now, but I often quote it. If I do that, it's always someone else's poems.
You don't want to say someone else's poem?
What?
You don't want to say someone else's poem for the camera?
I like other people's poems.
Is there one that really touches the heart that you know of that you can say before I turn off my camera? Mm-hmm. I know you got something up your sleeve. I can see your sleeve shaking. I can see your sleeve shaking. I even saw like a little frog jump out. So I know there is.
Little kid said, when I was born a little child, when you were born a little child, you only cried while others smiled. So live that when you come to die, you may smile while others cry. Anyway, I guess that's where you're supposed to live. the only one crying around the table was the person that people around that fell on the bed and said he's not crying. When he was born, he was crying while other people were laughing. But you be laughing while they're crying if you live right.
Right. A lot of people don't live right, though.
Oh, that's right.
In this day and age, there's a lot of bad things going around.
I just, I think I told you about this before, but that fella that said, they said that about making right decisions and living right, and the fellow said, well, he said, there is a way. Remember I told you, there's a way, ways, and a way. On the high road trots the high soul. On the low road gropes the low. And in between on the misty flats, the rest drift to and fro. And so to every man that opens the highway and the low, and every man decideth the way his soul shall go. And when I get to that beautiful city and the saved all around me up here, I want to hear somebody tell me it was you who invited me here.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. About something for the heart. That was a dear friend of mine that died. He is up, I guess he was, well, way up in years, and he wrote that to me. He was a preacher, and he never preached anything. It would just be good, pay your support, your taxes, support the Boy Scouts, the schools for education, live clean life, don't smoke and drink. So I finally, one day, someone had the guts to tell me I was going to hell the way I was living. And so he told me, if you don't go to that church up there and give your life to Jesus Christ, he said, you're going to hell and it's forever. Hell is forever. You don't even comprehend how long that is. You're in there forever. And anyway, after I gave my life to Christ, I went to see my old preacher friend, and he said, he's packing things up. What you doing? He's leaving town. He said, I just don't have the nerve and gall to get up and tell people they're going to hell if they don't accept Jesus. And I said, well, why don't you do it? He said, I just cannot. The life I've lived has sealed my lips. They said, I've always talked about being clean and do a clean life and do the right thing, but that's not the way to heaven. It's not what you do, it's what you believe on the Lord, what He's done for us. But years later, he got a job somewhere at a publishing house, and he wrote a poem, and he said, I can write little gospel tracts perfectly, but I just can't get up in front of people and just look them in the eye and tell them. And that's what he said. I hope somebody someone that he invited me here, But it's a strange person. He was a wonderful man, but people going facing eternity without Christ, and he said, I'm the only way. And yet they said, but I did do this. I supported the Boy Scouts. I paid money to help the poverty-stricken. I supported this. All of that's nice, but it's not the way to heaven. And I thought, he promised me he would preach it Sunday. That, talking to that lady afterwards, he preached same old stuff. Just nice, smooth, get along, pay your bills, have friends, be friendly, love people. Boom. And they said he dropped a bomb on us at the end. I'm giving up the ministry. I'll never preach again. He'd been there about 30 years. He said, I'm true. And then he and I knew why, but no one else in town knew why. He said he never talked it over. I talked to him. I told him, you talk to me. You can hear me slamming things around and swearing and burning the rubber on my car and, living a rotten life. And you never once told me I'm going to hell the way I'm living. They took the town drunk to tell me that. He said it. Well, he said, I will. Sunday, I will preach a different time of sermon. I will do it. I was with some of the other church by that time. So I saw this nice lady I saw on Monday. I said, how was church service at your church yesterday? Our old church, where I used to go. She said, same as always, I guess. I said, really? She said, yeah, it just important, nice living and keep the 10 Commandments and, and so on. And then she opened at the end. Wow, did he drop a bomb on us? That's what she told me. I thought, wasn't that all? He quit. He dropped a bomb. He quit. After 30 years, he said, naturally, he'll be there next week. He's retired. He went to work at that publishing house and said, I can write out stories, what you have to believe, how you live your life, that you believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you'll be saved. I can put it all in black and white, but I can't preach it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know, but he's the one that wrote it. He said he did some poetry. He wrote that poem. I said that was so nice.